Hi everyone, welcome to my kitchen. In today's recipe, I'm going to show you how to make a vegetable khichdi. Khichdi is one of those favorite comfort foods of India, and every region of India has their own special way of spicing up the khichdi and making it. And today it's a concoction of all the different regions and it tastes absolutely delicious. Some like the khichdi a little gravyish, some like the khichdi a little dry, and based on your personal preference, I'm going to show you how to make this really quick and simple khichdi. So to begin making the khichdi is essentially a mixture of rice and dals, and you can add vegetables, you can add spices, and then you can give it a tadka. So I have some rice that I've washed and soaked for about 15 minutes, and I also have some dal. Typically moong dal is used, and I've used a combination of yellow split moong dal and green whole moong dal. The ratio is essentially more the moong dal and a lesser quantity of the rice, just to increase the protein content and add in a lot of vegetables as well. So it's really simple. I'm just going to keep adding one at a time into the pressure cooker. So I'm just going to go ahead and add the rice. Soaking the dals and the rice for a little bit helps the khichdi cook faster and more evenly, especially if you're going to be using green moong dal. It's important. Now this is the yellow and the green moong dal that I'm adding, and I'm just going to keep this aside. And I have some black peppercorns with me, so I'm just going to quickly make a coarsely pounded mixture out of that. So I'm just going to crush it. Okay, that's it. So you want a little bit of chunks of pepper in. This is purely optional, not everybody adds it, but I really like the taste of black peppercorns in the khichdi. So I'm just going to add that right in here. So apart from that, I have some vegetables. You can add carrots, beans, a lot of different vegetables that you like, but I have some potatoes, a classic must for a khichdi, and some chopped cabbage. Roughly chopped, you can thinly slice it or cut it into chunks so you can feel the taste of cabbage when you eat. So I have some bay leaves, tej patta, and some cinnamon sticks. So I'm just going to go ahead and add all of them right inside, right? So khichdi essentially is a mishmash of all the ingredients, and it's a great comfort dish when you are sick, when you have a cold, or in perfect for winters as well. So to this I'm going to add some turmeric powder, I'm going to add some salt, and keep this aside, and then water. So water is a very important ingredient, of course, and more often we at home like our khichdi to be a little more like a gravyish, not thick and dry like a pongal, but so hence the reason. So for every like a cup of dal and rice mixture, I add about 3 cups of water, right? So that's the ratio that I keep, or 3.5 sometimes. Sometimes the rice is old, the dals could be a little older and they would need more water. So you have to actually experiment. I'm just going to add the water, and I'm going to cover the pressure cooker and then cook it for about 3 to 4 whistles, or about 2 whistles, and then simmer the heat. Essentially cook for about 10 to 12 minutes on gas after you have 3 to 4 whistles. So all the dals get cooked completely, and especially when you're adding green moong dal, it takes a little longer to cook. So after about 4 to 5 whistles, and about 15 minutes of cooking, I turned off the heat and allowed the pressure to release completely, because khichdi continues to cook while the pressure is on, and it takes about another 10 minutes until the pressure is released completely and the khichdi will be done. So I'm going to open it now. The pressure is released, and yes, the khichdi looks cooked. It's not as gila, that is wet like I like it to be, but however that's fine. You can have it like this as well. If you like it a little more gila at this stage and you find it's not, you can add a little bit of water and then stir it a little while in the stove and then make it. So I'm just going to quickly stir it and then make the tadka for the khichdi. The tadka is actually optional, but I like to add the tadka because it adds, along with ghee, because it adds great flavor. So I'm just going to keep this aside and proceed to make the tadka. Okay. So for the tadka, it has to be with ghee because khichdi is served along with ghee, and ghee is a very important component while you're having your khichdi. Okay, so now for this, into my pan, I'm just going to add a tablespoon of ghee. You can also add more ghee while eating the hot khichdi. And to this, I'm going to add in the cumin seeds, jeera, okay, and hing. Hing is a nice component. If you're not too fond of it, you can omit it, but I like adding hing because it gives a really nice taste. Now that's it. So once the cumin seeds and jeera start crackling, you can turn off the heat and add it to the khichdi. It's really as simple as that. So I really hope you enjoyed watching how to make this delicious vegetable khichdi. Serve it along with some kadhi and Batata Nu Shaak, and I'm sure you will enjoy it for a nice monsoon night dinner or a weeknight dinner or a Sunday night comfort food. When you do try this recipe, don't forget to leave your feedback in the comments below. I'd love to hear back from you. So until then, until next time, happy cooking and healthy eating.